All right, guys, so last time what we did is we talked to you about the fact that you don't need to do lots of different sets, and there's a science to building your muscle, where if you want to build your muscle stronger, all you have to do is lift a heavy weight. And if you want to build your muscle bigger, all you have to do is lift that heavy weight and go into failure. And if you don't even want to lift a heavy weight, doesn't matter. Lift a light weight and go to failure, your muscle gets bigger. So really, it's all about these ideas of heavy weight to get stronger, and then going to failure in order to improve your muscle size. All right, so today, what we're going to do is, you're going to be able to state the overload principle again. You're going to be able to define common weightlifting terms, because that's going to be important when we start talking about how to set up your strength training program. You're going to be able to compare and contrast different types of workouts. So a multi-set workout versus a single set workout. Somebody who does a linear progression versus a variable progression model. And so all of these different things, or periodized progression model, and all of these different types of things are going to be important for getting something that works for you. You're going to be able to explain how to perform the perfect repetition. That's pretty awesome. If you can do that, you will be the greatest strength trainer ever, no matter what you do. You'll be able to arrange exercise into an order that allows optimal performance in a single set workout. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to make sure that we get those muscles that we're really trying to get. So if I say that my goal is to have shoulders like boulders, I am going to do workouts in such a way as to allow myself to get that goal, to reach that goal. If I want to have the strongest legs possible, or if I want to be fast, or whatever your goal is, this ability to arrange the exercise in order to achieve that goal is going to be key. You're going to be able to compare and contrast different rules of progression. So progression, again, that's that systematic and progressive component of the overload principle. Because the overload principle is that for strength gains to occur, or for muscle mass increase to occur, that you need to be systematic and progressive at a sufficient frequency, intensity, and duration. So what is the progression? How do we progress? And then you'll be able to define periodization, and you'll be able to tell me when that's a useful strategy. So if you're an Olympic athlete and you need to perform your best at the national championships and then your absolute best at the Olympics, you would probably do a periodized program that's going to allow you to peak for those only those things that you really need to do. But everybody who's training for life, there's absolutely no reason to periodize. All right, so let's go through a couple of definitions. One is repetition. So it's a single, full range of motion movement. So if I'm going to do a lateral raise, I'm going to go from the bottom to the top. I'm going to pause at the top, and I'm going to come back down. That is one. So I go one. A set is a group of repetitions. So if I'm now going to do 10 lateral raises, I would do 1, 2, all the way up to 10, and that would be one set. The progression component are the rules that you're going to follow for your workout. So what are the rules of your program? A pushing movement is a contraction that moves the weight away from your body. So a chest press moves a weight away from my body. So the weight is here, I'm going to press it away. A shoulder press, moving the weight away from my body. A lateral raise, moving the weight from my sides of my body away from my body. A pulling motion is a contraction that moves weights toward my body. So now I'm going to do a chin up. I'm going to pull the bar towards my body. If I'm going to do a back pull, I'm going to pull the bar towards my body. If I'm doing a bicep curl, I'm going to pull the weight towards my body. Okay? If I'm doing a hamstring curl, I'm going to pull my heels towards my body. So all of those are pulling motions. The opposite motions are going to be pushing motions. The next important thing is an isolation exercise. An isolation exercise means that when I'm exercising, I'm going to move one joint. And I'm only going to move that one joint because that's the one joint that I'm targeting. So I've isolated that joint. A compound exercise is when I move more than one joint. So if I want to do a shoulder lateral raise, that's going to be my one joint movement. If I want to do a compound movement for my shoulder, now I'm going to do an overhead press, because if you look, if I take out the elbow joint, now all I'm doing is the exact same thing that I did for the isolation exercise. I'm just doing it while I'm extending my elbow. And so now I'm moving two joints. That's a compound movement. All right. Isolation is here, one joint moves. Compound is here, where now I'm combining the movement of two different joints. And then periodization is varying the training program so that you optimally perform. And really, for most of us, as I said before, most of us training for life, we can linearly periodize, which means that our progression is linear. We increase either the volume, the number of repetitions, or the weight as we get stronger. All right, so those are the definitions. I'm going to show you a bit more, and the reason that I waited to post these videos is because I really wanted to be able to show you what I meant by some of these things, and so that we're going to do in the next video.